How's it going, Webheads? My name is Ryan Walsh, and this is Webhead Movie News, where I bring you guys all of the latest movie news in today's world. Today, I'm going to be talking about will X-Men and the Avengers ever cross over in the movie universes? So if you guys want to see today's movie news, make sure you guys stay tuned. As always, Webheads, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel if you guys like this video and you guys want to see more of my videos. Also, comment below and let me know, do you guys want to see the X-Men and the Avengers crossover in a movie, or do you guys want them to keep it separate? Let me know down in the comments, guys. I want to hear your opinions on this. Alrighty, Webheads. So today is a little bit different than like a regular movie news segment. Today I'm going to be taking a very popular topic, and I'm just going to be breaking it down into my own opinion of why something might not happen, or why something might happen, or if anything's going to happen at all. So let's get into it. Today's topic is going to be, will the X-Men and the Avengers ever cross over in the movie universes? And I have 3 points to go along with this, and I'm going to really break it down here. So my first point is basically that both of these properties, the X-Men and the Avengers, are owned by 2 different studios, which most of you might know, but there are some that do not know this. So the X-Men are actually owned by 20th Century Fox, and obviously the Avengers is owned by Marvel Studios, and they make all the Avengers movies, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and recently they're actually teaming up with Sony to make Spider-Man Homecoming. So, and that's kind of like the real kicker there, that why I kind of brought this on and why I want to talk about it. Because Sony and Marvel have collaborated on a movie with Spider-Man, so why can't Fox and Marvel Studios do the same? Well, there is one big thing where Fox and Marvel Studios don't really like each other all that much. Fox and Marvel are just like, they haven't really played well with each other. They're just not, those 2 studios don't get along with each other. And also, to go along with this point, now Marvel Studios, way back when, sold all their rights off, and that's why Fox has it. They were actually going bankrupt as a company back in the early 2000s or the late 1990s. I forget where it was. It was around that time. And so they sold their movie properties off to these studios. And so Sony acquired Spider-Man, and of course, Fox acquired the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, and that's when the X-Men kind of were just taken over by Fox. And since 2000, we've gotten X-Men movies, and their franchise has done very, very well. Even though some movies aren't amazing, they still have done pretty well, and you have to give them that. They have done a great job with their X-Men universe, and that's kind of where it all comes from. Why Marvel doesn't own all these rights anymore? Why they kind of sold them off? Because they're going bankrupt. They had to do it. If they didn't do it, they would have been in even more trouble. So they had to do what they had to do at the time. It stinks to really look back at it and be like, damn, if they didn't do that, we would have such a great Marvel Cinematic Universe. But at the same time, is it really that great if Marvel owns everything? Because think about it. We get about 3 Marvel movies a year now, and what are we going to do? We can't, so you get an Avengers movie, you get a Spider-Man movie, you get an X-Men movie. Say it's like that. So there's only so many movies that they can make. So at the same time, if you wanted a Black Panther movie, you had to wait several years, even more than already, to get that movie, because it's just, there's too many properties. So that there is a disadvantage at that point. And this is kind of why that, like, I personally don't want them to cross over anytime soon, because I kind of like it separate. I like it where X-Men is its own thing, and we get a ton of X-Men movies, and then Marvel is its own thing, and we get a ton of just Avengers, Spider-Man movies. I love it. I don't want them to cross over. Even Guardians of the Galaxy, we get that shit too. We get the weird stuff, because they just, they're not overwhelmed with all the amount of characters that they have. And don't expect Fox or Marvel to ever give up these rights. Marvel will never give up their rights ever again. That's just not going to happen. Marvel is doing extremely well, especially because they're owned by Disney, and Disney is doing extremely well. They're a huge powerhouse in the world right now. They have Lucasfilm, they have Pixar, they got their own, all their Disney properties, and then they have Marvel. They're not going to be going bankrupt anytime soon. And then Fox is doing very well with their properties as well, which kind of gets me over to my second point, which is Fox won't give up the rights anytime soon because they are doing so well with their properties. And Deadpool kind of like rebirthed the X-Men universe, if you like kind of want to call it like that. Or even X-Men Days of Future Past, you can say X-Men Days of Future Past kind of rebirthed the entire thing as well. Both those movies were just huge successes at the box office, and they were just well-received movies. And people went out to see them. They made a lot of money, and they kind of changed the entire thing around, getting rid of the older cast and kind of bringing in this new one, which we got X-Men Apocalypse, which did okay at the box office. Didn't do amazing. It did okay at the box office. But then we had Deadpool. And Deadpool did phenomenal at the box office, and they did a very small budget, which means that they can make these Deadpool movies a very small budget and still make a ton of money doing them. And that kind of really kind of plays to their advantage. And we just had Logan as well. They're making way too much money to ever be like, why do we need Marvel's help? We're doing just fine. Our studios are making great movies. We don't need Marvel's help. We don't need them to cross over with the Avengers. We're not going to make any more money. Why don't we just keep doing what we're doing? So that's really what their mentality is right now. And the third point I want to bring up is Marvel doesn't really, they don't want to go the rated R route. They don't want to make rated R movies like a Deadpool, like a Logan. And that's something that Fox is going to be putting in to their newest stuff. Like they're having X-Force come out. New Mutants is not supposed to be rated R, I don't think, but it's supposed to have a horror vibe. So it could potentially become a rated R movie. And also you have Deadpool 2 coming out, and just with all their other properties, X-Force as well, they're making just movies that are going to be rated R, that are going to be the hard R, rated R movies. They're going to own that category with the superheroes genre. And they're really just going to own it. And Marvel doesn't really want any part of that. Kevin Feige himself came out and they said, we don't really want to make Marvel rated R movies. We want to make the Marvel movies that we're making now, and we're going to keep going, especially because they're so successful with it as well. Don't expect Marvel wanting to cross over with Deadpool or even the Wolverine right now anytime soon, because they just don't want to become a rated R. They don't want to do rated R movies. They want to do the PG-13, the family, like they're doing for the whole family movies. It gets a little gritty at some points, but of course, those are always family blockbuster movies. And they're just doing a really good job. So those are really the reasons, guys, why the X-Men and the Avengers will never cross over in a movie. And personally, my opinion, I don't think they ever will. I don't think we're ever going to see that until like the comic book movie genre really dies out. Eventually, their comic book movies will die. It's just not going to happen anymore. There's going to be a huge thing where the movies just aren't successful anymore. People don't want to see them. They're going to be something else that they're interested into. And no matter how many fans there are of them, it's just eventually it's going to dwindle down, and we're not going to get these movies anymore, unfortunately. And I think that's the only time that'll happen. And it really stinks to say it, because I do want to see them together in a movie at least once, but I like getting a ton of different comic book movies. I like it. Every single year we get a bunch of them. We get like 10 every single year, which, how can you complain about that? That's super cool. And that's just due to, Fox doing their own thing with their X-Men franchise, and Marvel doing their own thing with their Avengers, Spider-Man, and Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. And they're just not going to stop. And I don't think they should stop. I think everything's perfectly fine right now. So guys, was this video helpful for you guys? Let me know down in the comments. And also let me know down in the comments, do you guys want to see the X-Men and the Avengers cross over at some point? Or do you want them to just stay separate and do their own thing? Let me know down in the comments, guys. Also, smash that like button if you guys like this video, and share this video to anybody that would enjoy it. So thank you guys very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. Bye-bye. Alrighty, Webheads, if you guys like this video and you guys want to see more, make sure you guys subscribe right over here to Webhead to get plenty of more videos. I also have my social media tags in the bottom right-hand corner, along with my social media links in the description below, and 2 videos below me I think you guys would really, really enjoy. So thank you guys very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. Bye-bye.